All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua who are listening and studying to show ourselves approved. This is Brother Bayan from the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hebrew Israelite Camp, coming back to you with another quick lesson. And it's pretty much just a quick lesson based on this article of, this she-devil right here, Hillary Clinton. And you can see in the title right here, it says Hillary Clinton, it's time to ban cash to fight climate change. Okay. So they're, setting up organization that's about to push forth that MOTB throughout the whole world. Okay. Not just here in America. So they're setting up, this is ultimately an article where they're setting up camp in India. Okay, so there's two things that I want to address here is while they're setting up camp, of course they're gonna bring that MOTB, but they also bringing forth that feminism BS in India as well too. Okay, just like how feminism, like our women is destroyed behind that feminist mindset, that feminist ideology here in America, aka Babylon the Great, they're gonna push that same agenda in the country of India. Okay, so those are the two things that I want to address, based on this article. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the scriptures. All right, because it says Hillary Clinton had declared that it is time to make cash transaction in America illegal in order to fight climate change. Okay, so what sense does it make when you make cash illegal? Well, we already know the agenda of Esau Edom. Okay, they want to push, for total control. Okay, but what if making cash illegal have anything to do with climate change? All right, this is we talking about natural weather right here. Anyway, but let's continue reading. And it says, today I'm proud to announce that the Clinton Global Initiative, started by my husband, will work closely with SEWA and with our partners, the America India Foundation, the Adrian Arch Rockefeller Foundation, Resilience Center, the Deshay Foundation, the Rockefeller Foundation, the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, and the Algorand Foundation to launch a $50 million global climate resilience fund for women, the former Secretary of State said during a speech in Gujarat in India. All right. Gujarat. Yeah, I think that's what I said. Gujarat. I think that's how you pronounce it. But this right here, this particular part right here, is pretty much ground rule for feminism. Okay, this is nothing more that's right here because it says the Global Climate Resilience Fund for Women. Because it says to launch a $50 million Global Climate Resilience Fund for Women. Okay, so this is pretty much an agenda to push for women's liberation and so on and so forth. All right, so you even see this Twitter post right here because it said the Wicked Witch. Okay, this is how you know the whole world know Esau Edom as the wicked. Okay, they're starting to point them out as the wicked, the ones that destroying the whole earth. Okay, as I said, the Wicked Witch is in India to announce that her foundation will be working with Self-Empowered Women Association to better prepare women for climate change. And it says this fund will empower women and your community to have access to resources that will make you resilient to the effect of climate change, like extreme heat. She added. Infowars.com report the cryptocurrency organization called the Algorand Foundation will join force with the Self-Employed Women's Association and the Clinic Global Initiative, according to the press release. And he said, not much is known about the Adrian Arch Rockefeller Foundation Resilience Center. It simply states on its website that it is making communities around the world, around the globe, more resilient. All right. And it says the Council for Inclusive Capitalism, for which Lynn Forrester D. Rockefeller is listed as one of his advisors. claims its mission is mobilizing the private sector to create a more inclusive, sustainable, and trusted economic system. Okay, and it said this come amid a economic backdrop of numerous central bank pushing for CBDC, all right, central bank digital currency, digital cash, over which they have complete control. All right, there you go. Over which they have complete control, claiming they will reduce humanity carbon footprint. As an aside, Clinton uncharacteristically weathered appearance drew ridicule on social media, with some comparing her face to that of Hungarian billionaire George Soros. All right, so so that's those are two main things in this article. All right, so you got feminism, and then you got the MOTB. Okay, so we're gonna address the feminism, which is the ideology where they're trying to empower the women. So ultimately, they're trying to reverse role. Okay, because how about you, shy? Always, just like Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, the 11th chapter. Okay, the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is Yahweh. Okay, so that's always been the order. All right, the Heavenly Father was his name of Yahweh, his only begotten son Yahweh Shai, man, women, and children. So they're going over in India, and they're about to push forth that feminism BS. Okay, so I actually pulled up another article, which is pretty much the school of manner.com. I just did a quick Google research, and it pretty much got comparing and contrast of the difference in of different countries that's actually dating in America, how they date and meet their you know spouse, pretty much in in different countries. Okay, so the number one is America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, so you can see American dating culture is, of course, very diverse based on which part of U.S. you live in. And while certain parts tend to be more conservative in general, American dating culture tends to be a lot more casual. All right, so you can see the big difference right here, because it said most American meet in bars, clubs, dating apps, and is not necessarily with intent to get serious ASAP, but more for fun. You see that all came from that feminist culture. Okay, so it says so the couple will go out a few times. Bigger percentage of the first date don't follow the traditional approach of who invites is the one that pays, and the couple tends to go Dutch, meaning split the bill. It's perfectly normal for women to initiate the date. They are very open-minded. Marriage is not always the end goal of dating, even if the word love is quite often used very early from within the first date. It said having sex is not directly related to dating someone, and until the conversation or being exclusive happen, the situation can get a bit confusing for most in regards to, or are we dating or just hooking up? And see that, and that goes. This is why America is the land of confusion. Okay. And it said moving in with someone without a prospect of marriage is very common and accepted in American culture. Okay, and it said even if in some countries parents involved is higher in American culture, the family influence, especially for the beginning of the relationship, is zero to minimum. You see that? So that's the different. This is the culture here in America. Okay, so we're gonna skip all the way down to India. Okay, because I wanted to pull this out to see and just to show Yasser what Hillary Clinton getting ready to do over there in India. Okay, and so in India, arranged marriage are definitely not a thing of the past, and the modern twist to that are the dating app. There are many dating apps strictly designed for the Indian dating scene, but there is the cat. But here's the cat: the dating app they say the dating app are for parents to match their children. Once a match happens based on multiple considerations of finance, religion, caste, is followed by calculation of the birth date of the two potential partners matching auspicious date, numerology, family compatibility before a first date, which sometimes happen during your wedding day. Dating in India, in an entire science, in a community effort, you are definitely not left alone, and things are not left to chance. Dating culture is generally always with the idea of marriage in mind in Indian culture, and definitely never warmed up to the idea of casual dating. You see that there's a difference between America and India. All right, and it said despite Indian men being very good at bargaining once they date, they tend to be extremely generous with their women and take a very traditional role of protector and provider of the home. In Indian dating culture, there is this concept that women have to always be wooed and pampered. Okay, so Hillary changed when it comes to this empowering women. What is it called? What is this? What does that say? That stand for SCW? Self Empowered Women Association. Okay. So they said this fund would empower women in your community to have access to resources that would make you resilient to the efforts of climate change, like extreme heat. She added. So they're using climate change just to, sneak in that feminism ideology in India. That's pretty much what they're doing. Okay. So that's pretty much enough. That's pretty much what I just want to bring out. So we just go ahead and get straight into the scriptures. All right, because this is nothing more than America, aka Babylon the Great, with an attempt to spread their madness throughout the whole world. Okay, just like Yahabashim Yahushua said, I will destroy those which destroy the earth. Okay, so this is Revelation chapter 18, and we start at verse 1 at the top. And it says, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightning with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it become the habitations of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, in the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Okay, so this is what we have in America, aka Babylon the Great. All right. And in verse 3, okay, because this is the point right here in verse 3, and it said, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay, so this is that philosophy, all right, that America, aka Babylon the Great, is spreading throughout the all nations. Okay, let's read that again from the top. It says, Revelation 18:3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Okay, and then you go into that word, the Greek word fornication is porneia, illicit sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, etc., etc. Okay. The second definition is metaphor for worship of idols. All right, which India pretty much already doing that. All right, so but they're getting ready to add all of this other madness over there. Well, that's what Hillary Clinton is trying to enforce on India. Okay. As a matter of fact, the whole world pretty much. Okay, so reading Revelation 18:3 again from the top, it said, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed a fornication with her. Okay, so they had to have agreement before they can even go over there in India. Okay, so they met with the king. Okay, so the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. Okay, and it says, I'm gonna stop right there, and we get a few more scriptures right quick before I finish reading on, because I actually want to stop and stop at verse 5 or 6. All right, but I'm gonna stop right there. Let me go back and get another few more scriptures, like the book of Isaiah, chapter 34. We can actually read up a little bit on that one. Isaiah 34:8. Okay, because this is the day. This is the day of Yahabashim Yahushua. We looking forward for America, aka Babylon the Great, to be destroyed. Okay, so this is Isaiah 34:8, and it said, "For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversies of Zion." And who is Zion? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Yasha Allah. All right. And it says, "And the stream thereof shall be turned into pit, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pits. And it shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever." And verse 11 is the point. "But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owls also, and the ravens shall dwell in it, and it shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness." Okay, so this is going to be the future of America, aka Babylon the Great. All right. So America is going to be destroyed, and ain't no human inhabitants are going to be in America, but wild beasts. Okay, so we go back and read that Revelation 18:3 again, right? Because for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy. All right, in verse 4, and it said, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plague." Okay, and one of those plagues is those missiles that's going to be shot from one end of the earth to the next. Okay, in verse 5, and it said, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity." All right. So we're seeing the iniquity that, these devil is spreading throughout the four corners of the earth. So she's getting ready to bring that feminism, and it pretty much is gonna add more into the iniquity that Yahweh Shah is about to remember of America, aka Babylon the Great. All right, now Revelation 18:6, and it said, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her weight, and in the cup which she hath filled to her double." You see that? So whatever Hillary about to do in India and the whole world, and pretty much for the whole nation of Yasharala, specifically for the nation of Yasharala, we're going to give to them double. All right, verse 7. And it says, "How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow." All right, so this is why these devils is running the whole world, and they think they ain't gonna, they think they gonna get away with all the wickedness that they've been doing from generation to generation. Okay, but how about Yahweh Shai got another thing coming for them. All right, so verse 8, and it said, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh power who judge her." All right, in verse 9, it says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." You see that? So this is the future of America, aka Babylon the Great. Now these, it's wicked over because India, they ain't no better either, so they gonna receive a punishment too. But ultimately, we talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay, these devils who's gonna be extinct. And this is what we looking forward to, okay. So they get another one, the book of Habakkuk, pretty much reading these devils they write. Okay, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. And we can actually read at verse 5, right? Because it said, "Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine," okay, which is going into those philosophy, right? "He is a proud man, need to keep it at home." Okay, what they doing over here in India right now? What they doing over there? Why you ain't at home? All right, "He is a proud man, need to keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Okay, so India about to receive some you know, they're gonna lose some people over there, man. You know, they spreading that wickedness over there, so a lot of people gonna die over there. Okay? Yeah, how about you Shah said I would destroy them which destroyed the earth. Okay, so is it in is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. Okay, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. You see that? So this is you know, pretty much, man, that's pretty much the point right there. And I wanted to get another one to lock you. And get Micah chapter 2 in verse 2. When it said they convey field and take them by violence. Salakia. All right, Salakia. Micah 2 and 2. And it said they convey field and take them by violence in house and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Okay? So they about to go and oppress a man in his house. So they're gonna put the woman in the head, you know, with their feminist ideology, what she getting ready to do. Cause they're gonna come over there and empower women to be doing all kinds of wickedness, lesbianism, okay? You know, the alphabet agenda as a whole, okay? They about to spread their madness throughout their country. All right, so let's get that, and then we can, you know, Isaiah 56 and verse 11, okay, which is pretty much this chapter actually goes into the false prophets as well, but this is one and the same as on this one too, because this also can apply to these devils. Okay, so Isaiah 56 and 11, it says, yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain, for his quarter. All right, so you know, the point will be right there. They are greedy. You know, they greedy. And they can't never have enough. They're not satisfied with what they have over here in America, aka Babylon the Great. They gotta, you know, entice the world. You know, with their madness. Okay. Now this and pretty much in addressing this digital currency. Okay, this central bank digital currency. So they coming over there and they about to spread that madness over there as well too. Okay, so right here and then going in this paragraph, and it says this comes and amends in an economic backdrop of numerous central bank pushing for central bank digital currency, digital cash over which they have complete control, claiming they will reduce humanity' carbon footprint. All right, so this pretty much going into that, you know, the Revelation 13 and 16. All right, which we gonna bring this out over and over again. Okay, Revelation 13 and 16. Which not they gonna see. So you see in this article they about to push that feminism over there, and now they're gonna not only that, and then they're gonna entice those same women, which kind of like the same scenario with the Eve and the serpent. Okay, so they're gonna do, you know, push that same agenda over there in India. Well, ultimately they're gonna do this to the whole world. Okay, that's their plan. All right, so you know Revelation 13 and 16. Which he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Okay, so that's what they want right here, is that total control. What was I at? Okay, Salakia, hold on. Right here. So yeah, they say they so which they have complete control. Okay, because that word he causes, right? The Greek word for he causes.
Strong's G 4160. Poeo. Poeo.
It said poeo, to make, okay? To make with the names of things made, to produce, construct, form, fashion, etc., to be the author of, the cause, okay? To make ready, to prepare, to produce, bear, to acquire, to provide a thing for oneself, to make a thing out of something, to make, i.e., render one in anything, to put one forth, to lead him out. All right, so he calls us all, meaning that they're gonna force this agenda, this CBDC on to the whole world ultimately. Okay. All right, so he causes all, both small, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man, and its number is 603 scores and six. Okay, so that's pretty much the point right there, because this article is just pretty much just exposing these devils more and more, and these devils got to go. All right, so I get one more, which is Salakia, which is actually Zechariah, and Zechariah chapter 14 and 12. All right. And it says, and this shall be the pledge wherewith the Lord Yahweh shall will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Okay, who are all the people that fought against Jerusalem? That read Psalm the 83rd chapter. That's the hit list. All right, and that have fought against Jerusalem, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their hole, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it says, in verse 13, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day a great tumult, for the Lord Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. All right. And it says, verse 14, it said, and Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in a great abundance. Okay, so this is what we're looking forward for. All right, so you seeing these devils, they about to meet their maker. Okay, that's pretty much the point right there. So, Lord willing, I hope the lesson was edifying. And with that, we give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. Shalom, DTA, Ababa Kwam Yasharala.